Hey there in YouTube land, welcome back to the third and final part of the Jarvis trilogy. And right now we're going to be talking about the movie Jason Lives, directed by Tom McLaughlin. And I have mixed feelings about this. This would be a turning point in the series, which, although I like the film Jason Lives, I have issues with the film Jason Lives. Obviously, with this film, they dropped the Jarvis's Psycho going to be the next Jason storyline. They took that one out completely, and they took kind of fan-friendly horror actor Thom Matthews playing the role of Tommy Jarvis, and I like Thom Matthews. I really like him in Return of the Living Dead. Even like him playing the exact same role in Return of the Living Dead Part 2. What I didn't get into was his Tommy Jarvis, actually. The character is extremely likable, and I think I would have liked that character as called anything else but Tommy Jarvis, because I'll be honest with you, there's almost zero of the Tommy Jarvis character left in this rite of Friday the 13th. The deeply scarred character, the dark, on the edge type character really isn't here. This movie is played pretty much for laughs, and the one time that he does become kind of flips out, even that's done in kind of a comedic fashion. Basically, you got Tommy Jarvis at the beginning of the movie, and he's out of the asylum now, out of the farm. And apparently, somewhere along the way, he met Horshack from Welcome Back Kotter. And Tommy wants to go up and dig up Jason's body, because Jason's body's in the cemetery. Even though in the last film, we were clearly told that Tom didn't want to have anything to do with Jason, and he had his body burnt and incinerated and all that. But I guess they couldn't have that for this one. And we're going to assume that the sheriff lied. And that somebody wanted to spend a bunch of money to have a funeral for a serial killer. Now, see, it's not explained here, but in the original script to the film, we meet Jason's dad, and which I thought was really, really cool. And if you get the novelization of Jason Lives, which is much better than the actual movie that we see, there's a scene at the end where we meet Jason's dad, and I thought it was really cool. But anyway, so he digs up Jason, and Jason is worm food. Literally, we see him with kind of maggots and stuff crawling around in his body. So Tommy rips off an iron post and shoves it in his chest, and lightning hits it, and before you can say Frankenstein, Jason's back. He's been resurrected, and we have our first appearance of zombie Jason. And rips the heart out of Horshack, and Thom Matthews goes to catch him on fire when, of course, rain breaks out and he takes off. He tries to go and tell the sheriff of the town. Now, Crystal Lake in this time is now being called Forest Green, because Crystal Lake had too many negative connotations. So, guys, it's really late here, but I wanted to get this video out to you tonight before I went to sleep, because that way you could break it down and watch 3 of them when you wanted to. And the sheriff pretty much doesn't believe him, and he's heard about Jarvis being kind of crazy. So he goes to escort Jarvis out of town, but Jarvis pulls something and tries to bring him to the cemetery, which has been kind of covered over, and he ends up back in the prison. Basically just let him cool down and then get him out of town afterwards. Now, this movie basically follows the same storyline again. We get to a lot more comedic. The soundtrack is done by Alice Cooper. I remember watching it back in the day, the Much Music, when they premiered the video for for Man Beyond the Mask, and of course there was the whole Constrictor album is pretty much the soundtrack to the sixth Friday 13th film. So if you're ever in a store and you see Alice Cooper's Constrictor, pick it up. That's the amazing soundtrack for Part 6. You got great music like Man Behind the Mask. You have Teenage Frankenstein, which is also played in the movie. And you also got some great stuff that's not played in there, like Life and Death the Party and Thrill My Gorilla, which are also great songs. They just happen not to be played in the film, actually, not that I remember anyway. The cast in this one is pretty likable. The daughter of the sheriff is extremely hot, and the girl in it was actually one of the girls didn't actually acted on Days of Our Lives for years. And yeah, again, soap opera knowledge. It really hurts my my credit when it comes to this type of stuff. But overall, it's basically more the same, except it's more comedic. When he shoves somebody's face into a tree, you get a bloody happy face imprint. Jason does a lot of things that comes off as kind of comedic. C.J. Graham played Jason in this one here, and he does a really good job in the role. He had to take over from somebody else. I think did like one sequence, but he just didn't work in the role, so C.J. went in and did gangbusters. And actually, I thought C.J. would probably come back, but he didn't because, well, a legend would happen. Overall, it's pretty good. Like the little nods to Frankenstein, like with Karloff's General Store, and like the American Express credit card scene are all very cute and very funny. The movie overall is very much the if the movies before had been slightly subversive at all, this is pretty much the mainstream pablum, as just about as clear as you can get Jason Voorhees' character. He's now become this zombie creature, and I'm not sure that I like that actually. I think in actuality, even though Part 6 is a pretty well written and directed film with some great set pieces and some amazing music, it hurt the series. When they brought Jason back as a zombie, especially so soon and totally dropped the Jarvis storyline and made him to this like hero type character, that could have been done down the road, but coming off of Part 5, it was too early, and I know they were kind of gun shy because they thought there was some backlash from the fifth one, but they really didn't give it enough of a chance to find out. You don't go with that, you do the fifth, you do the sixth, because these aren't expensive movies to make. You can take that chance. And then if you want to bring Jason back somehow, then hire the guy, get him to write the script and do it. But it was too early to bring Jason back as a zombie, in my opinion. Obviously, my opinion is in the minority because it worked out pretty damn well. And I enjoyed all those movies, Zombie Jason or not. I just enjoyed the more, well, not realistic, but the serial killer, still alive Jason much more. That's the Jarvis trilogy. 4, 5, and 6, and in that order, actually, that's how I like them. No, actually, I don't. 5 I like best out of the 3 of them. 4 I like next, and then 6 I like. But that being said, all 3 of these films are, in my opinion, great Friday the 13th films. They all check all the boxes, but Part 5 takes the chance and goes some places that the other Friday the 13th wouldn't go, and it's really cool to see it taking that chance. It's kind of like Part 2 of Nightmare on Elm Street. It's hated a lot, but it checks all the boxes for a Nightmare on Elm Street movie, but yet it takes a bunch of chances. Some play off and some don't. And it's the same thing here with this Jarvis trilogy. Jarvis is obviously the most requested character wanted back in a Friday the 13th film. I think fans would go batshit crazy if we had Tommy Jarvis in the next Friday the 13th movie. Obviously, it would have to be done pretty well, but putting that name there automatically would give that movie more cred than, like, say, the last one had. And honestly, the last Friday the 13th movie was pretty much the same as all the other Friday the 13th movies, but because it had been years since we'd seen an actual Friday the 13th movie, we've been tainted by the New Line ones. When Platinum Dunes actually made a movie that was pretty much just Friday the 13th, just the way it would be, people were not exactly pleased with it. And it was a pretty straightforward film. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you liked the Friday the 13th trilogy. I'll do the other ones because I want to get all the Friday the 13th in by Friday the 13th, or at least I have them on Friday the 13th. I know I want to do the New Line ones as well. So going to be some deep pain there, and I'm going to be talking about the original trilogy as well, and the movies that came after this, or as I like to call them, the hotter experience. So thanks a lot for watching, guys, and for me right now, because I never got it the last time, it is really, seriously, time for tea.